up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And honey, today is going to be one of your requested recipe. Now you wanted me to make you some seafood, more seafood recipe, and your girl is always here to what? Deliver. So I'm going to make you my seafood salmon recipe in my kitchen, fast, easy and simple. And I'm going to give you a little bit of that good spaghetti thing with the good sauce. Honey, it's going to be massive. Now goodie, if you're here watching me cooking for your very first time and you have not subscribed, what you're waiting for, go ahead and do so and turn on the post notification settings. Why? So you will always know when I upload brand new videos. Let's jump right into the recipe.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari. Why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but you owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him one to get turn your back on your brother when him need you.
Now goodie, we have our salmon here, and all I did with the salmon was just make sure it was clean. I took the skin part of the salmon off, so you want to go ahead and remove that for this particular recipe. All right, now I washed it with a little bit of lemon juice and some vinegar. That's all I did here. Now, to season the salmon, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add some garlic. I have some minced garlic here, so I'm going to add some garlic to it just to get it going. Now, if you don't have the minced garlic, just go ahead and use the regular garlic, right? Cloves. But we're just going to add like a teaspoon of the garlic upon that. With clean hands, just go ahead and just rub that garlic all up in there, like so. On both sides, just get it laughing, make it happy with some of that good garlic, right? Like that. Very easy and simple to do. Now, my season of choice is really mellow. We're not going to overdo this thing today, right? Alright, so all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Like, you know, I'm honest, I'm never going to measure. Just a little bit, because I am cutting down on a whole lot of salt business when I normally use to cook with, and I cut down on that. So a little bit of black pepper, same thing. Well, this is not open yet. Brand new this. So I'm just go ahead and add a little bit of black pepper in there. Not too much. Up maybe half a teaspoon, because we only have the 3 fish, right? Now I'm adding my all-purpose seasoning. I like the all-purpose seasoning too, I really like the combo seasoning, but I've been using this all-purpose seasoning now for a minute and it tastes really good. It's a Grace Caribbean traditional all-purpose seasoning, okay? That's pretty yummy. Now I'm going to add some seafood seasoning. If you don't have the seafood seasoning, use fish seasoning, but I'm just going to add just a tad bit. Not a whole lot, because we are making this thing mellow. Now in addition to that, we're going to add some dried pepper flakes. Just a little bit, because we don't want it too spicy either. I'm afraid of pepper. And then I'm going to go in with some dried parsley. Brand new this too. And you know your girl went food shopping yesterday. So I'm just going to add just a tad bit of that in there as well. And that's all I'm going to add as far as my seasonings go. If you want to add more seasonings, or even if you want to take away or you want to use this much, of course you can go ahead and just use whatever you have, right, in your kitchen. But this is pretty good for me. So now all I'm going to do here is just season up this bad boy on both sides, and I'm going to use all of it because I did not use a whole lot of spice. This is like maybe about a half a teaspoon of everything right here. So we're going to make this sit for maybe about 15 minutes, not much, because I have no time for wait on this marinade and all them something. So 15 minutes of sitting around and then we're good to go. Okay, now to get my pasta going, I'm just going to go ahead and add a tad bit of salt to that water. And then we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil. Use whatever kind of oil that you could find around your kitchen. But about a teaspoon of oil. A lot of people don't like to use oil when they're doing their pasta, but I do. Now, I want my pasta to have flavor as well. So, because I put the salt into the water already, I'm going to go ahead and add some of that Goya salt-free seasoning. This thing is so good, so good. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some of that in there. Alright, then I'll measure that because I want to have flavor, right? And that's about it. I'm only cooking for 3, so I'm going to need a whole leap of this thing, a whole lot, so because I'm only cooking for 3 today, right? But this is how I like to put my pasta in, and with time it shrinks down to the pot like so. Alright, I'm gonna let that go for probably about 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna shut the heat off because we don't want it to be flan, right? So just let this go for 8 minutes and you're good to go. Okay, goodies, so now we are going to grill our salmon right on the stove top. Now, you could always use some butter to mellow out the bottom so the salmon don't stick. But in this case, I'm gonna go for my non-stick, easy clean butter spray, okay? It's really, really good. So all I'm doing here is just spraying my pan just to make sure that this bad boy never stick. Don't stick. Then put the salmon steak in. Now you definitely don't want to overcook this thing. You just want it to have a nice grill color, So we're going to let this go for about 8 minutes. 4 minutes on one side, 4 minutes on the other side, and that should be done, right? I'm going to break it up a little bit. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just add some of that good lemon. You definitely don't want to overcook your salmon. Just add the parsley to it and you are good to go. You're all done here. That covers that. We are all done here. Do not overcook the salmon steak. Now goodie, to the recipe you're going to need these. Now this is an apple right here and I am using the yellow apple. Now you could have green if green is what you have, red if red is what you have, but just work with whatever kind of apple. However, make sure that you peel off the skin first before you add it into the recipe and cut it into smaller pieces, right? Now here I have some red bell pepper and some green bell pepper. Whatever color of bell peppers you have, just go ahead and use it because it's not only going to add color to the recipe, but it's also going to have more added flavor. Now I have about half a chopped onion right here, and so that is what we're going to need to complete the recipe. So I'm going to put everything together. Now we're going to make that good sauce for your spaghettis. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and add about a stick of butter to the pot. And add some cornstarch to it. And I added about 3 tablespoons of the cornstarch there. Now I'm going to go in with some garlic because we want to combine everything together, right? And because I love garlic, like I always say, I'm going to add more to it. Probably about 2 tablespoons of the garlic. And just combine this well. Now make sure that you cook your cornstarch or else it would fall flat. If you don't cook it, it will fall flat or it will be a belly ache. So make sure you do that. Cook your cornstarch, y'all. Cook your cornstarch. Or if you're using flour, you definitely want to cook that for about 30 seconds. And don't try not to burn it though. My fire here is on medium heat. Now to that, I'm going to add my heavy cream. And I'm going to just add the entire cream to the mix. Because I want to make sure that I have enough sauce once I put those spaghetti in there. Just go ahead and keep spinning, just to prevent lumps, right? Just spin it for about a good minute right here, with your fire still on medium heat. Alright, now I'm going to go in and add the onions and the bell pepper and the apple to the mix, like that. Because I want those to cook, soften up in the sauce. So we go ahead and add those in. And just mix that all up in there. I'm telling you y'all, that apple is going to give this sauce so much flavor. It tastes so good. Sometimes I even make this sauce for fish. When I fry fish sometimes, I make this exact sauce, and believe you me, it's good every time. Now before your sauce starts to thicken, you want to go ahead and season it. So I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper, like that. And I'm also going to add some of that all-purpose seasoning, and you could always substitute this out. Now to the all-purpose seasoning, your girl is going to add some onion powder, and we're going to add some garlic powder. So we'll add onion and garlic powder to it, right? I'm not making nothing. Then I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar, because homegirl don't cook without that. A tad bit of salt for sure. Bam. And of course, I started to fall in love with this season. The season is pretty good. So I'm going to add some of this in there. And I think I'm falling in love with it because it is salt free. And so we're going to add some parsley. Dry parsley here. Alright. Let's go ahead and put that in there. It's going to do something extra once we put the other stuff all up in there. And now it's starting to thicken, right? So here's where you want to give it a good stir. Just keep stirring, and your fire again should be on a medium heat. And this is going to cook within, I'd say, about 3 minutes, because you do want that veggies to soften up and apples to soften up as well, but you don't want to overcook it for sure. You still want to be able to taste that apple, because the apple is the main event for this recipe. And that is thickened. It looks really, really good after 3 minutes of constant spinning, right? So now all I'm going to do here is go ahead and add the pasta to it, because that thicken up and look real good. Real good. Just be sure to taste it, just to make sure that it doesn't need anything. This is perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. It tastes like there's cheese in it, but there's no cheese. It's just so yummy. So now we add our pasta to it. Our spaghetti, however you want to call it. Pasta, spaghetti, whatever. Just throw it on. I can't bother. Just pour it all up in there. Like so. And just mix this baby all up in there. Good, good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is looking oh so good. Oh so good. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. After you put your spaghetti in, you want to turn that heat down to low, because once you put it in there, it's going to start to absorb all the sauce that you have in that pot. So just turn it down, honey. Turn it down. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. So good. So rich and good. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. That is looking oh so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. You know what? If you ever smell my kitchen right now, my kitchen is so happy, y'all. Look at that. OMG. That is so creamy. So creamy. So let's go ahead right here. You could add, I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm just going to add just a little bit more parsley, because me extra every time when I cook. So we just add the parsley, a little bit more, and that's it. We are done here. We are all done here. Done. Oh my goodness. Look at that, y'all. That is looking oh so good. Oh so good. We're just gonna go ahead and put it on a plate. So nowadays it's time to get this on a plate, right? So let's get it on a plate. This thing looks so divine. So divine, smell divine. Oh Lord, Lordy, Lordy. So yummy. Let's get it on a plate. This fish is cooked to perfection. Kid you not. Just for whole time's sake, let's add just a little bit more of that parsley on top of your spaghetti bowl, like so. And we are all done here. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Now, honey, that is a meal, right? It's so fast, easy, and simple. Anybody can do this, right? Look at that salmon. Look at that. Now look at that salmon. That salmon is cooked to perfection. Nice and tender and filled with nothing but flavor from that butter, that garlic, OMG, and that lemon. That is something else. So good. Let's just taste this thing up. Oh, let's taste this thing up. Mmm. 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 The spaghetti, nice and creamy, perfectly seasoned. Mmm. The fish. Cooked to perfection. Delicious. Goodie, this is one of the recipes where you just have to try. It is so fast, easy, and simple to make and full of flavor. Now, thanks for watching. Share the love with friends and family. Tell them what's going on over here. Bring them, come and send them, come, I'm waiting. After you done do that, tell me what you'd like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy! So good. Mmm.